Are you ready to spin, Libby?
I'm ready. Is this the last Viz Buzz spin ever?
This is the last Viz Buzz spin on Nick Wan Data Sci.
Maybe
So
you guys, maybe Nick will let me inherit some of his tech, and I'll do one for Europe. I don't have a spinner. I need a spinner.
I
All right,
do.
let's do it.
Let's do it, Libby. Spinning it one more time for Viz Buzz 2025. What will we see? Oh, we're gonna see marble racing.
I'm so excited. This is the one that I wanted the whole time. Oh, what if it's awful? I'm sorry, everybody, if it sucks. I'm excited.
Marble racing. The Marbula 1 Season 1 Championship Racing over time. Marble Racing has been a very popular YouTube channel from Gel's Marble Races. Shout out to Gel and his brother for running the Gel Marble YouTube channel. It started off with Gel doing marble racing on a hill, which had a lot of sand. Got popular over TikTok, got popular over Instagram, was popular on YouTube. Expanded it out into some 3D printed marble track races, and has expanded out into what's called the Marbula 1 series, which both Gel and his brother, big fans of Formula 1. And little known fact, the announcer who commentates over the Gel marble races is actually also an announcer for Formula 1 races. Crap. They just started. They have 40 minutes to go.
Oops,
to
we didn't start the clock, did we?
to replicate this. It's all right. They got a few more minutes. It's the last one, you know. Maybe juice out a couple more text annotates. So
I'm really curious on how this is gonna go, because this is like, I've never made a bump chart. I will just say it out loud. I've never done it, and if a package didn't exist to do it, like I think GG Bump exists, but does it exist in Julia? Is this gonna work? Like I'm so curious about how this is gonna shake out, because R has such a robust plotting ecosystem, right? Like so many different types of plots have shortcuts, basically, where these geoms have been created for us. We have all these GG extension packages, but Julia might not have those. I don't know. I am so curious about how this is going to go, Nick.
I am super interested to see. This is actually a reference in some ways back to one of our first VizBuzz episodes, where there was a bump chart that looked at Winter Olympics medals, and it was a literal disaster for most contestants competing.
I think it would be a disaster for me too. This Viz is beautiful to look at. I am really enjoying it, but I don't know how it would do it. And it's got Marbula 1 in the background in this like really light alpha text. How? I have no idea. I think I might really struggle with that one. I can't even think.
Kwong's starting off with just a random sort grouped by the names of the marble teams. By the way, the marble teams are all named after usually the names of the actual marbles. For example, Cat's Eye is a type of marble, and it looks like an eye of a cat, and it is one of the teams, Cat's Eye. You have also a shout out to, wow, Kwong is really keeping pace here.
Oh my goodness, Kwong. Look at that. GG Bump's going to be really helpful in this. This is why I'm thinking that the R users might have an advantage here if they're in GG Plot.
Taking a look over here at John, then, I think maybe we might be spending a good amount of time over on John's. Now, to some extent, Libby, and John does have a line plot, but again, he's gonna need some spline or some rounding to those lines. John is ahead of the pack, 11 points to both of their 8, so this kind of equalizes the playing field in some weird way, right?
It does a little bit, because he was coming into this with, we know that Julia is going to be harder to do bumps in, but he is ahead of the pack. His pandering paid off, y'all. The chat brought it through for him. Also, though, I really like, there are more than just the bump elements in this chart. So it's not just do you have the bump chart. There's other stuff going on that's equally challenging. So he could get other elements really, really good and be fine.
That's true. These elements aren't just the bumps. These aren't just the how round your lines are, but there's also, are they rounded enough or not as much? There's also the thickness of the lines. There's also the colors. There's also the, as Libby said, in the background, a little watermarking there, and all other different text elements. Like, are they gonna fill? Are they gonna have a no fill for that last dot at the end? Are they going to have the right text for each of the races? We're going to find out in 31 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. And look at that beautiful render of a plot here. He has all of he has it all, but he does need to work on the colors. We will see if he ends up tuning this up just like he tuned up the last one. How much will it matter, though, if the Tanbot will turn its back on Tony as it did last time? Will that happen again? We will see in 29 minutes and 28 seconds left. Iridium in chat says, I fear change.
I guess we should shout out the creator of the GG Bump package, maybe, because this is like Viz Buzz finale brought to you by GG Bump. And that's David Schoberg? David, I'm sorry if I just said your name wrong, but you made the GG Bump package and it's awesome. Also made GG something else, I'm not sure. But, shout out to all of our amazing open source creators and ggplot extension package creators. You are amazing.
Looking at Kwong going through what looks like a theme here. Unsure what his theme. I think, you know what? I think he's recognized that the colors and the scheme and everything actually belongs to a particular theme instead of hard coding everything. So this theme, now this is important, Libby, because this theme also comes probably with the stock font that is being used for the titles and for that watermark in the background.
This is one of those things where I have been curious about the way that Avery was doing things with ChatGPT, where he was like, tell me what font this is. Don't do the plot for me, but help me figure out elements of the plot. And I really like that tactic.
Now, Kwong does have a really good plot. Colors look right, but it's, there are some issues here. Notice Libby, he'll flip to the other one soon, but notice how this particular line, gets to the bottom at race 4 and stays there for race 6, but the actual
something is out of order here.
Yeah, I'm not actually seeing that on the actual plot, so the data here is a little amiss. Let's take a look over at Kwong's screen. Kwong getting closer, Libby.
Sometimes when I'm watching Kwong code and he's going back and forth with his plots, I can't tell which plot is Kwong's plot and which plot is the original plot. And when it gets to that point, I'm thinking, oh, is it over? Has he done it? Because I can't tell what I'm looking at. This is looking really good.
It's looking really good. Now, the original here, chat, I'm flashing on your screen over here at the left. Kwong is on his plot panel on the bottom right. There are some differences.
We still have something a little bit upside down, but it's so close.
A request from chat wanting to see John Edwards' output right now. And taking a look at John Edwards' screen, he does have the preview, or the thing that he's trying to replicate, on one pane, and a little fan service from John.
There we go. Oh, his title's at the bottom. His x-axis labels are on top. He's getting there.
Colors are right. He just needs a little width to that line, and maybe just needs to keep going through that the makey dock. Let's take a look at Tony Alhaber's screen. Tony, Libby, the man is doing some magic here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm trying to look. I do have a hard time seeing Tony's screen too. It is a little fuzzy sometimes. What do his labels on the right look like? Are they looking correct? We do have Sav, Haas, ORA. It looks right. I'm wondering if his labels are connected to the right lines, if they are plotted separately. This is a question. And also the colors on the OG plat, all of the annotations are color coded.
This is looking pretty good, Libby.
Looking pretty good.
Taking a look at Kwong's screen, he does look like he has the order right now. No, not exactly. He has some, he has labels right, but they're not connected to the right data, or maybe it is, and he just, oh, that's gonna be a hard one to detangle. Pony, it seems like he is the one who is ahead. He has that label at the bottom, Libby. He has the title right there, and I think he is the closest in terms of replicating the data. I'm not too sure who's gonna end up taking this one. Kwong is so close, and John is like struggling through, but he was able to squeeze it out last game. What do you think?
I mean, John always at the last second really, really surprises me. So I'm holding my breath for the next minute and a half to see what's actually going to happen. I think that we have to really take into account the factor of like, this is the second round. They've had to do this twice in one night. They're tired. I'd be tired too. It's just getting harder. Did someone just save something? We had a duty save from Tony.
This does remind me, I gotta put that in. After this chat, once we finish this out, we're also going to show what could have been in terms of Viz that we didn't get to see this year.
Oh, I'm really, really interested in that one.
We'll see some Viz that we didn't, that the Wheel of Doom didn't get. Tony, it looks like he might be calling it for the night. It looks like he's just scrolling through his code. He's I think he's just admiring his code at this point, Libby. Taking a look over at Kwong's screen, who is staring at us.
It did look like Kwong already posted, didn't it? So, I mean, Kwong has thrown in the towel. He's gone ahead and posted his own discussion.
15 seconds to go. John Edwards, the last one, trying to do anything, and he is trying to get some colors. He's trying to get some labels. Oh, he's trying to get the curves. He's trying to get the curves in. 5 seconds left.
4 seconds.
He's gonna, what he's gonna do? Okay, that's it. That's it.
We're done. That's Viz Buzz for the year, but we still have so much more to do because we have to vote.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Remember, chat, this is the second and the final Viz Buzz, not just of tonight, but of the entire season. The current standings in the postseason, the finale episode. John has taken the lead with 11 points thanks to chat voting him first place. He tied both when me and Libby's points combined with Tanbot's points. That is also to say Tony and Kwong tied in chat, and because they also tied between Libby and the Tanbot, they are tied at 8. So the difference here was chat. So chat, are you going to be the difference maker again going in?
That's right, your vote matters.
Whew. That is crazy. Okay,
the ties
chat.
Today are giving me heart palpitations.
That is... let's go to game scores. All right, chat. Game scores. I saw chat do it again. This time inverse. I don't know what it's supposed to mean in the end, but chat went two-way tie at the top, meaning the 8 points for first and second place get split between Kwong and Tony. Kwong with 4 points, and Tony with 4 points, and John with 1. That makes them quite literally tied 12 apiece from chat.
Let me think. This begs the question. Chat, were you engineering this?
I mean, there's like 20 people voting.
Is this collusion? What's happening here? This is amazing. What this really means is, gosh, it's gonna come down to Tanbot again then.
It's gonna come down to Tanbot. Libby, let him know.
It is, yeah. Okay, so Nick and I, we put a lot of weight always on data correctness, and this time Tony got the closest. Tony also had the most elements on the screen that were correct. He's got the title at the bottom, he's got his x-axis labels at the top, he has got annotations on the left and the right on his axes, and he's got his data colored correctly and in the right order for the most part. There were a couple of little like snafus that we saw in there, but this was a really, really tough chart. But that's our order. Tony, followed by Kwong, followed by John. And John, valiant effort with Julia, really, really wrestling. It all came down to just having that GG bump in your back pocket for the R users.
So 2 points separate each of the places, which means, Libby, John has one way to win. John needs to come in first, and Tony needs to come in third. John's final score, Final Viz Buzz, Fantastic Viz Buzz bot score for John Edwards. Comparing now, John with 73.5, starting it off strong. Remember,
you know what? Not as bad as it could have been. 75 is pretty good. We've seen lower Tanbot scores, I think, this season.
Kwong beats John. John's season ends right now. Here we go. This is Kwong.
Oh, I am genuinely really shocked right now. Wait. Can we figure out why Tanbot doesn't like this? Why it likes it a little less? Not it doesn't hate it.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? I think part of it is Kwong's was missing the margin at the bottom for the title.
Text at the bottom.
So Kwong's plot really like squishes all the way down to the bottom of the frame instead of leaving that white space, which means that all of his lines are a little bit off. Let's
go, Tony, running it now. Tony, for the win, needs to beat 73.5, 73.9,
Oh! 73.9. Are you kidding me?
73.9.
Tanbot serving the controversy all season long.
That is crazy. Tony. 73.9. Yeah. Tony beats John. John coming in second. And Kwong also tied for second with John, 16 apiece to end the season. But Tony Alhaber.
I think that's appropriate. Tony, amazing job.
Incredible. Tony.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Congratulations, Tony, to VizBuzz 2025 champion. Take us through that last Viz. How did you do it?
I was listening as you guys are casting, and I had flashbacks to that Olympics bump chart that we did, but this time around I tried not to copy anything from there. I just knew I had to use GG bump and get the colors right and do the cumulative points right. I think that was like one thing that tripped me up at first. But once I got that on track, it was really just trying to get those labels, the x-axis on top while also having the label on bottom right. And
that title.
Yeah, that was, I don't know why doing like scale X reverse, then like trying to put labels on top was messing things up, but I went with the independent text. But yeah, I felt good. I like was in a good spot for about the last 10 minutes, and then I was just trying to fine tune it. Yeah, it's exciting. That one was super close. So.
What was it? 0.4 difference? Oh my God, John is. I'm saying. John is raging right now. He just reran his with a little better scaling, and You got a 74.2. So
I'm not raging. It was just a very close one, and I realized that when I took a screenshot of my image, I included my scroll bar in the image, and I think that may have been the difference between winning or losing.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're right. Your initial image does have your scroll bar. You're right. Oh, that is insane.
Doesn't matter. I still would have won. Just pointing that out.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You coming in second would have helped. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, Tony, one more thing. You mentioned that you didn't do any data viz this year. I mean, coming back to the competitive data viz world, how does it feel? Like, does it make you feel any certain way towards data viz again?
I mean, I love doing data viz. I actually think it just speaks towards the whole like grammar of graphics ggplot 2 because I feel like it's just by memory I can do a lot of things just because it's so natural. Yeah, I would say that like the competition was just as tough as it's ever been, and I felt like it was just gonna be lucky which of the three of us came out as on top tonight, and just lucky that it's me. So.
Well, I think that is probably the correct thing. The most correct thing out of anything tonight is the fact that all three were any three could have won it, and really any roll of the dice could have been the difference. So, congrats to you, Tony, on the Viz Buzz 25 champion, and a little somber, a little sorrow here. The last Viz Buzz champion on this stream. So, congrats, Tony. And congrats to Kwong. Congrats to Kwong. Congrats to John. Congrats to Tony. And congrats to all the competitors this year for Viz Buzz, participating in it and helping coordinate with me and helping do it all. That was fantastic. Chat, an incredible season of Viz Buzz. I'm going to take some time off. And I'll be back hopefully soon. I will see y'all very soon. I will see y'all next time, chats.